There was one marvelous scene when we went back to the past, and my rival, arch rival in that story, had taken away, through the curse of the witch, had taken my loved one away from me, and she had fallen in love with him. And my confrontation with that episode, with that event, when I found out that she had decided to marry him, and there was a lot of people in the scene. It was a big moment in that particular line, that storyline, of my being rejected. And I thought I was very good in the scene. It was one of those episodes that was coalescing in every respect. It was good production, good script, good acting. Everything was just wonderful. Very dynamic and very dramatic scene. And I went up. So I said to the associate producer afterwards, I said, Bob, we got to do something. We got to edit this. He said, well, there's nothing we can do, but it's too expensive. It was very expensive to do that in those days. And I said, well, and he wanted me to meet some VIPs. I said, look, I'll meet those VIPs if you'll promise. Let me go over to the studio, at least let me go over to the editing room that night, and I'll work with them. Anyway, I talked him into it, and I did. I went over. Well, I had a ball editing this thing, and I didn't know nothing about tapes and films and all of it. But anyway, I knew exactly. We juggled things around, and they borrowed a little piece of sound from this strip and put it on the, I don't know how they did it, but we did edit that big goof out with a little cross taping and editing and with the cameras and so forth. And it was never, and that scene came off as one of the, in my opinion, one of the best scenes ever in Dark Shadows. It was an internal conflict between people, which is always the most interesting kind of conflict. And it worked, I think, beautifully. But I don't know what it cost them. Probably that sent us over budget that day. But it was fun doing it. It kind of grew on me. I mean, I never had much time to think about these things as you think about them nowadays, or we all think looking back, and all these innovations are these. I was just too busy working on the script. I never had time to sit back and really to enjoy the success, which was probably a good thing. Otherwise, I would have gone to my head, and I would have been, I don't know what would have happened. But I had to keep my nose to the grindstone there for a long time on those scripts. I never had time to enjoy the success of it, because I was never happy with my work ever. You see, it's like I tape my one-man shows, and I look at them and I think, oh my God, I thought I was better than that. I'm constantly downing myself, not in an obsessive way, but just in an intelligent way. I mean, this has got to be better than that. I'm my own director. I really, and I feel nobody can direct me if I'm bad. In fact, directors are very kind to me as a rule. Sometimes they'll knock me down, but very seldom. Usually they say, oh, you're fine. And I don't think so. You see, I'm constantly hammering at myself. Well, I knew it was saving the show. I mean, I knew that the whole experience was saving the show. I don't say it was necessarily me. It was just it was not. I didn't think. I knew it wasn't me. I mean, I felt it wasn't me as an actor in control of himself. It was some kind of fluke thing happening, of my whatever I was giving to it subliminally or subconsciously, was making this thing work. Well, then I found out and realized years later that, of course, it was this strange parallel, these two, the character and the actor, in the same predicament. That didn't occur to me at the time. I mean, I'm not bright enough to think about things like that. I just was learning these scripts, learning this line and that line and that line and that line, and when to come on and when to, sometimes I was dropping scripts and I'd come on and I'd go down the stairs like, trying to threaten somebody, and I'd just drop the script. And I remember the costumer, the lady costumer, was watching one day. She was just appalled. She's like, but you're going on. And I said, I know I'm going. I shut. And I had my script, and I just dropped the script and went beyond this flat where the camera caught me, and I was doing my number. And I was going down those stairs thinking, what in the hell comes next? What do I say? Oh, it was awful. It was awful for a long while. But however, again, I got used to it and started to give performances that were creditable.